Asia Wilson was great for the Las Vegas Aces, helps them hold off the Connecticut Sun in Game 5, the fifth and deciding game of their semifinal series, and they will advance to the WNBA Finals. And on Friday, their opposition will be the Seattle Storm. I remember watching the WNBA when it started almost 25 years ago, and it is an unbelievable product, and we will see who is the latest champion. Will it be Las Vegas or Seattle? The latter knows a little something about winning the WNBA, that is for sure. Let's talk a little bit of Los Angeles Lakers here. Let's bring in Kendrick Perkins on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. Big Perk, there's so much to get to. You know what it's like to play on the biggest stage in all of basketball. First things first, we've spent so much time talking about the Lakers this morning, and rightfully so. Tell me how the Heat win the series.
First of all, look, you know I got the utmost respect for them goons from Dade County. I think Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the NBA right now. But in order for the Heat to have a chance to even win in this series, Jimmy Butler is going to have to average between 25 points and 30 points a night, and I don't see him doing that. So that's why I got the Lakers in 6. Look, I got the utmost respect for this Heat team. I love Bam. I think he's a top 3 big in the league. I think Tyler Hero is a bucket. He's a guy that is capable of going for 50. But if Jimmy Butler performed the way he did in that Celtics series and not elevate his game scoring-wise, he has no chance against the Lakers.
Big Perk, I have the Lakers in 6-2, but let's play the hypothetical for 1 second. Say hypothetically Miami does find a way to win this series. How would that change, or would it change, the legacy of LeBron James?
It wouldn't. I mean, look, Jay, the legacy of LeBron is already carved in stone, all right? That's the first thing. Second of all, the Lakers are not winning the Lakers are not losing this series. As long as they're healthy, they're winning this series. I'm guaranteeing this, okay? I'm going on the record to say I'm guaranteeing that the Lakers win this series. Now, I love them goons. They did a hell of a job getting there. But right now, the LeBron James I seen in Game 5 against the Denver Nuggets, that's about to carry over. He's about to turn it up another gear. And Anthony Davis, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. The Heat gonna have to show me.
Thank you, Perk. I really appreciate you letting everybody know that the Heat gonna have to show you, and LeBron will be turning up that heat. In the meantime, how you think the relationship with Pat Riley, LeBron James? Obviously, it's well documented that Pat Riley basically was turned off by the relationship to a degree in Las Vegas when he didn't get the necessary sit-down interview with LeBron like he thought he was going to get. Is this motivation on both sides?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is not only Miami versus the Lakers series. This is Pat Riley versus LeBron James. We all know it's something in the waters. This is not nothing this is no secret. So absolutely. The only problem is Pat Riley can't play. LeBron can. He can control something on the basketball court.
Okay, Perk, let me take you to the other team in L.A., the Clip Show. Doc Rivers was obviously let go. Your thoughts? Do you think he deserved the blame, or do you think they should have made other moves?
Look, when the team is up 3-1, your superstars has to close that out in one of those games. Doc got no production from Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell. And by the way, before the season even started, I don't even think Kawhi Leonard signs with the Clippers without Doc Rivers being in that meeting. I thought it was unfair to Doc, but you know, someone had to be the scapegoat. And the Clippers don't deserve Doc Rivers anyway. And to me, when you're up 3-1, you do what LeBron James did, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Paul George was shooting shots off, like hitting the side of the glass. Lou Will got scored on about 55% of the time. They was picking on him on the defensive end. And by the way, he gave them nothing offensively off the bench. Him or Montrez. Big Jokic was working him out to the point where Doc he couldn't afford to play both of them at the same time. He had to roll with Big Zubac because that was the only Big Zubac because he was the only person that could guard Jokic. So, no, I don't think it was right that Doc Rivers got fired. I really don't.
Perk, it's a number of jobs that's out there that's open. What do you think is the best fit for Doc Rivers going forward?
To be honest, I would love to see Doc in Philly. I think he would be perfect. I think it's a match made in heaven with him and Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Doc Rivers will be able to get the best out of Joel. Look at what he did for DeAndre Jordan. When DeAndre Jordan was under Doc Rivers, he was playing some of the best basketball of his life. I'm borderline all-star. I think he made an all-NBA team. He was just at another level. Doc had DeAndre Jordan playing at an extremely high level, and I could see him doing that for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. I could see him installing that confidence in Ben Simmons. I could see him holding Joel accountable, from top to bottom. So I think that Philly job would be the perfect job for Doc Rivers, in my opinion.
All right, Perk, I'll bring it back to L.A. real quick. Say the Lakers get their championship, 17th world championship they would got if they won?
Yes, that is correct.
Which will tie for all time, the best with the Boston Celtics. Yeah. LeBron James wins his 4th. If LeBron James wins it, how much longer do you see LeBron James playing basketball? And then what are his odds to actually win another championship, potentially to get it to 5?
Well, Jay, I think he got about another 3 or 4 years, but who knows? We're talking about a guy that spent $2 million a year on his body, a guy that has sustained a level of greatness for almost 2 decades now. So I can't never doubt him because just when I think Father Time is about to catch up to LeBron, he takes it to another level, and right now he's playing some of the best basketball of his career. So I could see him going another 3 years for sure. And I could see the Lakers' window for us winning the championship is another 2 years after this. As long as they have Anthony Davis and long as LeBron is able to sustain this level of play, they always have a chance at winning the title.
Look at you up there, Big Perk, looking like a supermodel with that skinny man suit on,
Ooh,
man.
I see you at that time, Big Man.
Looking clean.
Hey, Keyshawn. I'm trying to swag up a little bit. Some people may call me Maurice Chestnut every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Perk, I know you played on the biggest stage in basketball. You're going to watch the biggest stage in basketball here in 2020 tonight. We'll have Kendrick back here on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line throughout the course of the NBA
Thanks,
Finals.
KP.
Personally, I think he'd look better in a sweater, but that's just...
Appreciate it.
Here's one thing I wanted to mention about LeBron. If he doesn't win this year, is it fair to say... Even though it probably...
This is what we do, Key.
I understand.
You know that y'all haven't won the chip yet. You got to think both sides of the equation.
It's just the negative energy.
It's not negative.
But y'all bringing that negative energy to me, man. I don't like that. I don't like that.
We'll talk NFL here in 2 minutes, but just one energy question for you with regards to LeBron. My belief is at this age, with where he is, with where the roster is it fair to say, do you think, that this is his last best chance? Like if he doesn't win this year, the chances to keep winning will just slowly diminish.
It's going to get harder. There's no question about it.
It's going to get harder. But I'm also not a fortune teller. I don't know what the future has in store. I will say right now, like with the way these teams have mapped. What?
I was going to say, give me your head. Let me see if I can.
Nah, man, you ain't touching nothing. I'm saying, look, I agree with Perk. I agree with Key. I have them winning this in 6. It could be less. You think about next year, though, Golden State's coming back with the Fury, right?
Team across the
Brooklyn's going to be – I'm just talking about the West, though.
Yeah.
Golden State comes back with the Fury, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, number 2 pick in the draft. They can move that. They can make some moves. You have the Denver Nuggets. They'll be right there again. You have the Portland Trailblazers. They'll be there again. You have the Clippers that are coming back. You don't know what moves they're going to make. And you might actually, who knows what kind of season we'll have. LeBron James will be he's in his 18th year right now. We always refer to him as he's in the 17th year. No, this is his 18th year. This will be the start of a new season for next year when we get October, right? So the turnaround time with this season, I think it will get exponentially difficult. So, yes, I would probably agree with you. This is probably the easiest he will have, but I also don't know what the future is going to have.
Indeed. Much more NBA talk throughout the morning. We'll be with you here till 10 a.m. Eastern with the finals getting underway tonight, 9 Eastern on ABC. Plenty.